Hi everyone, it's the Badass Valkyrie, and today I'm going to go over how I have converted my black and pistachio Hobonichi A5 Cousin cover into a more traveler's notebook style cover because I wanted to add some notebooks to this. So what I have used is an awl, some elastic, and you can use pretty much any size. This is what I was able to find in black. Some stretchy elastic that you can use. I know this is used a lot for hair ties and that these days, and a pair of scissors, and a needle that has a eye big enough for the elastic. Now, I got everything here other than the Hobonichi at Joann's Fabrics, and this is a needle that is used for crewel embroidery and upholstery. So the little flat paddle here at the end, or the bend of that, actually helped a lot when I was doing this originally. So what I will do is go ahead and show you what I've done as I take it all apart, because I'm going to have to take all of this out. This is just your regular traveler's notebook style band on the outside, and it's just that ribbon pulled through. And you can see when I open this up, move this out of the way, so that I have access to that. As you can see, I've got 3 different notebooks in here, but there is the just the knot where I put that through. Now, because I have a couple of other notebooks in here, my Hobonichi, which I use the Avec, and I love the Avec. I'm going to pull that out so that you can see everything that I'm doing here. And we'll take out my stickers and my notebook here. This is a 2017 cover, and it does have that little thing, have a happy end birthday. And then I have a folder that I actually made out of a file folder. I really just love the pattern on it. And that is actually underneath the band. Now the reason I'm actually doing this is because I had all I could find in Salt Lake at the time when I wanted to do this was white, and so so I want to change that out. And this is the traditional traveler's notebook style for 3 notebooks. As you can see, this is put together. These 2 are put together with 1 band, and I left that a little bit longer because in case I wanted to actually put some beads or something on the end, but I never did. But so that I'm going to take that out. So as you can see, I've just got one side here with the regular style traveler's notebooks. The reason I'm changing this out, again, is because it's white, but as you can see, it kind of slides over, or slides out, this top part does. And so I've been coloring it black, but originally when I got this cover, I did not get a cover on cover. And so it's held up really well, but it does get a little bit dirty. You can see some glitter from my makeup and stuff like that. But I didn't want to have Sharpied elastic there because I didn't want it to stain my cover on cover. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and change it. So we are going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to pull that out, and I'm just going to undo this. That way I can, well actually, I'm just going to snip it, and then I can measure. So can do this. All right, so now I'm just going to pull that through and pull that through. So as you can see, it's just 1 piece of elastic. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. So this elastic's a little bit thinner, but I don't think, because I'm not going to put any other notebooks in there, I don't really think it's going to matter. So I just kind of played with the length when I originally did this. So I'm going to give myself a little bit extra just in case, because it's always better to have too much than too little. So we'll set that over there. And so when you set up to do this, if you've had traveler's notebooks, you can kind of understand. So it goes in and out through there and in and out through there, and then it ties here. So you have actually the tie, the band that comes through this side and it's tied, and then you have a solid band coming through the tops. So, and that's what you hook your notebooks under. technically, I don't understand why you couldn't hook it under the second band as well if you wanted to do something. And I know that some of the Traveler's Notebook styles do that, but so I'm just going to push this through and hopefully it goes through. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm back. So I now have a needle, another embroidery needle that the elastic will fit through. So since I know that the side that I'm going to tie is going to stay on this side, what you punch 2 holes there and 2 holes here. And what I did was I went and I figured out I just kind of eyeballed it, and I put a mark. You can see the 2 marks that I made. So the notebook, that's the bigger notebook, which I have a Piccadilly and I have a Fabriano. So I centered this and figured out where I wanted it to kind of go. And so it wasn't going to be up too high or down too low. So I centered it and then marked the holes. And then I used the awl to punch through and make the holes. And then used the needle, pulled this through, and then pushed it back up through the back, making sure I don't get my lovely bookmarks caught in that. So I pull that through, and then I go down and I go out the bottom. I hope I'm doing this right. We'll see in a moment. And pull it through, and then back through the top of that bottom set of holes, just so I can get that. And pull that through, so voila, you have the notebook thing, or the notebook elastics. So then you just kind of figure out how tight you want it, and then make sure these are done. Now, the one thing I did learn is that if you made it too tight on this fabric, on this cover, it kind of warps right there. And so, because it is a soft cover, and so you don't need it super duper tight, especially when you're just using the 3 notebooks. So I do want to pull this out just a little bit and make it even. But I also, sorry about that, I didn't mean to knock you off there. I also, hold on, let me make sure that you guys are doing good, okay. Don't necessarily want to have the knot here next to that knot. Now this has not bothered me at all, so I thought that it might, and it hasn't. So all I'm going to do is do a knot here. Well, goodness, my fingers are not working the way they want to tonight. And then just do it again. Sorry, you guys, I've done some practice work today with my swords, and my fingers are not as nimble as I would like them to be. So there you have it, and it should be plenty strong. And what I'm going to do is test it before I cut anything. I've learned that the hard way. Put these back in, and yep, that seems very good. Again, I don't want it too loose, but I don't want it too tight so that it pulls that either. So we're going to go ahead and take this back out for a minute. And all that I have holding these 2 notebooks together is some flat elastic that I got, and I'm going to keep that white just because I like the way the white looks against the notebooks more than I would the black. So this works. I'm going to go ahead and trim this down. Voila, just like that. Nobody really sees that, so we're going to put these all back in so you can see that. And as I said, I've got a cover on cover on the way. It should be here tomorrow, but I like to update on Monday or on Thursdays for my videos. And so I just tuck those in because I haven't put any beads on there yet, but I probably will eventually, maybe. But I don't want to cut them off in case that's exactly what I want to do. And then I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. So then I take my folder and put it underneath. And there's that. And so those sit really nicely right there. Then I will grab my Hobonichi, my A5, my Cousin Avec, my very first. Normally I don't decorate anything like this, but because I am keeping this cover out and I've started using fountain pens, I got some ink on it. And so I thought, you know, I should just cover that up. And that's kind of what I've done here, is little stickers where it's got like a little spot or something. If you saw my previous videos of the Fabrianos, you understand why there's stickers there and in the front because of the glue leaving oil spots on them. Not the brightest thing that Fabriano and Sam's Club ever did. But so I thought I should just cover that up with stickers. Now I have since learned that Midori has a book cover, a clear book cover that fits the Cousin. But this is the Cousin Avec, so I don't know that it would fit. So I haven't made a decision, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to stay with the Avec for 2018. I have not bought mine yet. It's been killing me. So I figured I would try it and see. I may end up getting a Cousin and the Cousin Avec and seeing which one I like better, but until then, we will go this route. So this is today's, and so I will put my bookmarks. Now the only downside to doing this is because you can't really center, so these get off just a little bit. So let me find my weekly page, and I believe, there we go. So there's my weekly marker, and I'll do that. So as you can tell here, hopefully you're still in frame, this kind of goes off to the side just a little bit, but you can pull it back, and you can just pull this back a little bit and tighten them down. And I mean, it never really bothers me, and everything folds and closed very well. And then you just take your elastic and poof. So what I did when I measured this was I put in the pens that I wanted to use in this. Obviously, I like to color coordinate. And so you can either put the elastic on the outside or you can put the elastic on the inside, depending on how you prefer it. Because of this pen loop, it would have been better. I did this dead center, so little reminder, you might want to put it just a little bit lower if you use this thick of a band. The little band, something like this, on this big of a book, it just didn't look right to me. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, that's perfect. So I wish I had put the hole just a little bit lower because I didn't take that into account, that was a little bit lower. So you can, with the book loop or the pen loop, put it on the outside, but it's just enough off that you can't put it on it or below it if you do it dead center. But other than that, it looks great. Now the downside of having the outside band also is with the cover on cover, you will have to put a hole in the cover on cover, and you have to pop the band to get the book out. So I think that the Cousin cover on cover doesn't have the zip here. So that will be a concern as well. So, however, I have made arrangements to where if I have to put this book inside, I can do that. So there you have it, my adaptation of the Hobonichi Cousin cover. Again, this is the Black and Pistachio from 2017, and how I turned it into a traveler's notebook style to carry more notebooks than just the Avec. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. If so, feel free to subscribe below and give me a thumbs up, hopefully, and I will talk to you guys next week. Have a good day.